Got to show you this. Got some new battery terminals. Takes 3 wrenches. 7/16 for these two. 1/2 inch for this one. And a 12mm for this one. Gotta love that globalization. Fuckers. Alright, we're going to try it. Alright, so now we're just going to leave the battery on charge for a while and see what happens. That battery's totally shit. Alrighty. Got a Haynes manual here. Don't usually use a lot of books after I do a job once or twice, which I've already done on that truck a few times. It starts, it runs, it moves. We went to start it and fill up the radiator fluid, and now it's blowing transmission fluid out through the tranny pan gasket. So Joe and I have sat here and beat this horse to death. I didn't screw with any transmission lines. Nobody did anything with the transmission lines. So we came up with the conclusion that it was a vacuum line. Vacuum line coming off the transmission that is not sucking anything out. Sucking any overpressurization out of the transmission. I think that's quite logical. So I went out and rechecked all the vacuum lines. Traced them all. Every single vacuum line that I know of, that I messed with, I checked them all. None of them go to the transmission. So then Indian and I thought, well, maybe it is the pressure release valve on the transmission. So he said, go drive it around the block. He got down about halfway and drove it right back. Transmission banging into gear. So I don't think that's it. This is like BMW telling me that I ride in extreme temperatures. So I'm trying to figure this out. And I offer any of you that might have an idea. I mean, you start it up now, and it just sprays out between the pan gasket. not a big deal. Pan gasket, if I'm gonna replace that tranny pan gasket, I'm gonna replace the filter. 20 bucks. Actually, it's cheaper than that. It's like 16. But why? It's never done that before. Why, after it sat for basically 2 weeks while I worked on the engine, when the temps were okay, why all of a sudden would the transmission spring a leak? The only thing I can come up with is cold. Okay, maybe something froze. Now, the only thing that the transmission and anything to do with the engine have in common are the transmission seal where it plugs into the engine and vacuum. I don't know. We just keep getting more and more mysteries.